One person, one specific person is about to change your life drastically in the best possible way. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for May 2022. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for May 2022. When I say that one specific person is going to have an absolutely mind-blowing impact on your life, that in itself is going to be absolutely evident in the stage and in the period in between the 11th and the 21st of May 2022. Who is going to be this, what this person's role is going to be in your life, but most importantly, it is going to inspire you so much. This is important because it's going to help you to reconnect with yourself, but it's also going to help you to see things and to get to know things that you didn't know and that you didn't see before. And these things are absolutely super relevant when it comes to an important decision which you are going to make over the last 7 days in May 2022. My gorgeous Aries, this is important, okay? It's time to come out of yourself. It's time to talk as much as you can, and it's time to carry on with your life and specifically focus on yourself. You need to put yourself first when it comes to May, no matter what. Your number in numerology, it's a very powerful number, very unique number. It is a number 101, which means that you are gonna do something so brave. But on another hand, through your own bravery, you're gonna realize your own capacity, and this is important. And it also means that it's like an inspiration that you're going to have at around the 17th of May. It's going to change everything. It's literally going to start changing your life, because you know it will just make you do more. It will make you have more just by understanding things that you didn't understand before, but also very strong connection when it comes to your own intuition. It's going to be playing its role as well, because it's going to help you to reconnect with yourself on a really magnificent level, and that on another hand is going to help you to really kind of not necessarily know exactly things that are going to be on your path within one month, when it comes to June, for example, but you will be able to, so it's to do with like a planning, but a very kind of like a near future planning. So it's all gonna be about you, yeah baby, taking things on and carrying on with your life, feeling this vibration, my lord. It's gonna be impossible to ignore, but also it's this essence of the power that you're gonna be able to connect to when it comes to not knowing exactly what is going to happen, but you will kind of know against the odds, exactly what you want to do, where you want to go, and the flow that you want to find yourself at, the flow that you're going to find yourself in. Number 101 in numerology also means, my gorgeous Aries, that you're actually going to have a massive, enormous, huge, like giant, big change when it comes to your home and when it comes to your immediate environment. And this will be very important to you because it was affecting you and it was making you pretty much so it was almost like it's to do with certain problems that were like pretty much so like kind of happening and manifesting when you were at home, when you were by yourself. So it was making you preoccupied so much, and that in itself lead towards the loss of tranquility when it comes to your life, for example. So this is a very important big change that I'm talking about, because that big change that I'm talking about, which is going to take place when it comes to your home and immediate environment, it's really going to not only help you out so much with unnecessary worries and the negativity that only made you feel like really preoccupied, but also at the same time it made you to waste your energy on thinking about negativity and negative things that took so much out of you. So it's just all about this loss of tranquility that you have had, and that in itself, it's important when I say the big change. So whether this big change is going to be like, oh my God, you want to do something really huge and enormous when it comes to immediate environment, whether this big change is going to be like you moving on somewhere, whether this big change is suddenly going to be like, oh my God, I'm really unhappy where I am, I'm unhappy with this place, I'm unhappy with this house, I'm unhappy with these pictures, I want to change everything, you know, or whether you're just going to be like, oh, do you know what, you're just going to think like, oh, I wanted to go and live over there, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, and now suddenly you're just going to start questioning yourself and wondering, why am I not doing this? You know, suddenly you're going to realize how precious and how interesting this life can be. You know, this life can be very strange and unusual, but on another hand, you just need to stay on top of things, but keep on reminding yourself to stay centered. And the only way you keep on saying to stay centered is to say stay sane, and the only way to stay sane is just to keep your own balance and just keep going by following your own intuition, by thinking about yourself primarily, you know, and following your own intuition. And this is something that you should be doing on your path. On another hand, you know, it's all about an absolutely such a mind-blowing determination that you are going to have, you know, and this determination that you're going to have this month as well is just like it's going to bring you the whole new initiative, and you will know what this is, because now suddenly this is going to increase your strength, it is going to increase your force, it is going to make you feel really optimistic. So it's about the optimistic energy, feeling very active, feeling very powerful, but also knowing exactly what do you need to do when it comes to like wanting to have a certain success in your life, when it comes to finances and doing the right thing. You know, you're going to feel a very deep and emotional feeling. And that in itself, it's all going to boil down towards one specific point. You will find yourself on the spiritual quest. And this is so important, my gorgeous Aries. And when I say that you're going to find yourself on the spiritual quest, you know, the period in between, you know, the 16th of May and the 26th of May, it's going to be really powerful when it comes to you having this strong initiative. And you will know exactly what I was talking about. But also you need to know that this is indeed the marking the beginning of a whole new cycle. What you're going to do and what you're going to find yourself like at thinking about and planning, you know, it's at the same time going to make you feel so good about yourself. It's going to make you feel so honored about yourself, but also at the same time you will know there's certain specific people that are constantly going to be on your mind, and you're going to think, oh yeah, they're going to like this, he's going to like this, she's going to like that. The people who mean to you the most are going to come into your equation when it comes to your dimensions. So this is going to be speaking you quite a lot as well about the people who mean to quite a lot to you, but at the same time the path that you have found yourself at, because it's all going to start, it's going to kick off like such a powerful process when it comes to you wanting to keep going with your life, doing the right thing, but knowing, oh my God, it makes me feel so good about myself. But other people are going to be on your mind, how proud they are going to be about yourself as well. This could be like a family members of really great friends. However, it's going to be brilliant because it is pretty much so going to really help you out to understand, you know, something that you didn't understand before on the things on the outside that haven't got anything to do with your life, but it was affecting your life. But on another hand, it's going to help you out so much with a certain conclusion that you are going to have over the last 7 days in May 2022, because you will see an annoying problem that was just really draining so much of your energy. Now suddenly it's going to seem like tiny, and it's going to seem so insignificant, and this is because it's slowly moving away with your from your equation, from your vibration, from your own energy. And this is all down to your own spiritual impact that you have made on your life. And also it's down to you being courageous and giving credit to yourself in the midst of the time when you think, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I have to, like, it's not the right time for this, it's not the right time. No, baby, no, this life is really short. When you know it's the right time to do something, you do that. You just throw yourself into that sea of wonderful vibration, which can only help you to further your process towards the point in your life that you want to find yourself at, but you felt a little bit stuck in between for a while. So this is why, especially over the last 18 months, you felt a little bit stuck. So now this is all about you just really releasing yourself with this, you know, with this energy. It's about the inspiration It's about the conclusion. It's about an important also realization when it comes to you and needing to discuss something with someone, but then again it's going to be connected to the person that you don't really like, that it's like kind of negative, and it's maybe quite intimidating, but then at the same time, you know, you are this is something that it's the part of the process, and it's also going to help you with your own closure as well, what you're going to find out. Something is going to be confirmed to you along the line, and that in itself, it's also like pretty much so going to make you feel like you want to celebrate something, you know. You're going to reach the point this month, my gorgeous Aries, where you will really want to celebrate. You will want to rejoin with the people in your life. By the same time, it's all you realizing that, you know, seeing things from a much higher angle, view from above, it's going to help you to realize the bigger picture, and that in itself is going to help you so much to make one of the most important decisions of your lives. And one of the most important, these decisions are going to be super evident, especially when it comes to why am I talking about the first week of May, but also when it comes to the last week of May as well, what this decision is that I'm talking about. Because the first week of May, it's all going to be about you wondering and asking yourself lots of questions. There is a lot going to be on your mind, because you're going to start opening yourself up spiritually rather nicely. But then again, over the last 7 days of May, it's also going to be a very strong connection, the continuation of what I said here about this decision that you're going to be able to make. This is absolutely brilliant, because at the same time you were really patient, and your patience is about to be rewarded. That in itself is going to bring a whole new harmony into your life, which is going to help you with the personal balance, so you will know exactly what management do you need to pay attention to when it comes to your life. When I say management, it's about the adjustment, but also really wonderful person who is going to be playing an important role when it comes to really fantastic influence as well. You know, fantastic person is going to play a fantastic role, amazing, mind-blowing role when it comes to you having this absolutely mind-blowing influence, because you will know what to do, but at the same time you will know what to do with the quite ingenuine situation in your life. You will know what to do when it comes to the next step. You will become aware of the hard work in front of you, ahead of you, but in the best possible way, my gorgeous Erini, not Torini, Erini, sorry. I did Taurus before this reading, sorry. So it's basically, it's just pretty much so like a very kind of like you will become aware of some kind of like a hard work, but normally like ahead, but in the best possible way. You know, normally you would be like, oh no, this is too much, but now you know that this needs to be done. You know that you need to step into it. You know that this is part of your journey. You know that this is the great part of the adjustment that I'm talking about. This is all coming from you understanding and realizing, view from the above, which is going to provide you with a bigger picture. And then when that happens, you know, you also know what to do when it comes to like having an important progress in your life. And that in itself, it's really gonna you know, make you aware of the more reorganization in your life. But then again, it's all a kind of you becoming completely aware of the fact that you are having an important results of efforts very, very soon. They're about to be due, and that in itself is also going to play a really big role, my gorgeous Erini, because it's all about you realizing at the same time, you know, it's not only about reorganization, adjustment, but it's like this like results of efforts are nearly going to be due. You will have a very specific message, you know, towards the end of May, and that it's not only about you moving on, not only about you having an absolutely mind-blowing progress in your life. You know exactly where this is going to be taking you, but you know exactly, but at 100%, 1,000,000%, you need to be yourself. Pay attention to any inspirations throughout the month. Pay attention to anything that comes to you. Pay attention to any kind of feelings of the exploration. In particular, when it comes to 22nd of May, you're going to feel like you want to explore a certain part of your life on the 22nd of May. Do it, because it's about you being spontaneous, but also giving a credit to yourself, and also reflecting on what's happening in your subconscious mind and bringing this into your present moment. You just need to go for it. This is important. And then, you know, it's all about the also you know, results of the efforts are nearly due at around the end of the month, but you will know at that moment in time that you are about to overcome an absolutely enormous obstacle, and you will know if you can overcome this, you can overcome so much more. You will be able to overcome absolutely anything. You will realize how powerful you are, you will realize how strong you are, and you will realize the importance of just keeping going. Like even if it's like so dark outside, you know, if you need to do something, you need to do something. If you need to go somewhere, you need to go somewhere, you know. If you want to kind of like a really go on the second stage of your life and allow your life to flow yet again nicely, beautifully and gorgeously, you know, you just need to really understand this, that this is on you. It's on you to put your foot down. It's on you to make your own decisions. It's on you to listen to your intuition above absolutely everything else going on around. On another hand, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to the actual health and things like that, you're also going to have a very much so the blockage when it comes to the actual lower back, and you are going to have the blockage when it comes to the top back, but specifically when it comes to your neck, you know. So what you need to do is, like, you need to understand that this is going to start affecting you at some point in your life unless you do something about it. So it's all about the correct sitting, it's all about the correct posture. Just try to keep on reminding yourself throughout the actual month of May, just to keep on like kind of like a sitting straight, relax your back, you know, don't sit like this. But also what worries me even more, it's like, so it's all about like, you know, making sure that you're contributing to it and sitting right and things like that. So every time you sit like this, you just remind yourself, wow, the energy is just so much better, it's so much better flowing, I feel so much better within myself. But on another hand, what worries me a little bit more is the actual here. It's like a top back, but it's in the middle of your neck. This is going to be like a sensitive area as well. So just try to, if you're looking at your phone, because people sadly just ended up being like this all day, sadly, but if you're looking at your phone and things like that, just try to like kind of correct your posture and just try to do it like this, you know, like try to sit straight, try to stand straight, and instead of looking like that, just try to do it like this, and put your phone away, or computer, laptop or whatever, as further away as you possibly can, but just keep on reminding yourself to kind of like a stay like to be like this straight. And also again, just a little bit of negativity when it comes to your stomach, so make sure that you do the best you can possibly do for your own digestion in terms of avoiding sugar, cutting out the sugar out of your diet. I know I've been talking about it so much, but trust me, my gorgeous Aries, sugar is so bad. The actual sugar, there is no good sugar, there is no good sugar. Okay, sugar is really bad. There's no brown sugar, no good sugar. White sugar, no good sugar. There's no good sugar whatsoever, yes. So just ignore sugar if you possibly can, because it is the cause of lots of like a kind of like a negativity, and especially when it comes to the stomach and digestion indeed. So try to cut out sugar primarily. I'm keep on saying this, it's important. And also try to replace it with organic maple syrup, organic honey, for example. But sugar, no baby, no whatsoever. Try to drink what I said before, lots of water. This is going to help you with your own vibration, rejuvenation, but at the same time it's going to help you to get rid of the toxins that are obviously not needed in your life, in your, you know, so when it comes to your digestion, this is all going to be contributing towards you feeling much healthier, you know, basically. So this is something that you need to remember. And also your energy levels are going to shot up so much, because on another hand, I see that your energy, you know, it's going to be just like a little bit lower, and then if you cut out sugar, you will see that at the same time you're just going to feel so much more energetic. Just try to replace sugar with organic maple syrup if you haven't already, organic honey. You will see that, you know, like, oh my god, there is the energy that you're going to feel, really wonderful energy that you haven't felt in a long time. So you will see exactly what I mean. This is very important for you to do indeed. And on now the first date, my gorgeous Aries, it's going to be on the 5th of May. But before I go there, I want to really recommend you, like, look how gorgeous this pendant is. Again, look at this absolutely mind-blowing colors. This Indonesian crazy lace agate I actually have. Indonesian crazy crazy lace agate. It's one of the most beautiful crystals pendants I've ever had. Look how beautiful it is. I do not think this camera is doing it justice because I've got like some lights right in front of me, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And this stone, it just helps you so much to elevate your thoughts almost immediately by promoting optimism, and really creates a wonderful circular flow of energy. And that in itself helps to stimulate, stimulate the mind and the attitude, but then at the same time it's just brilliant when it comes to like a harmonizing yin and yang energy, and it's positive when it comes to the negative forces from the outside. This stone, it's absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to the actual optimism, and when it comes to the actual feeling really good about ourselves. It does increases our energy almost immediately, but at the same time it helps you to connect with yourself, to reconnect with yourself. It helps you to be happy. I'm not saying that you need something to help you to be happy, but it just also kind of opens you up, and it helps you to understand the bigger, deeper meaning of things. So when you come across something that you think normally it's, oh my god, it's scary, sad and negative, now suddenly when you wear this crystal, when you wear this stone, suddenly you are able to see things, you're able to understand things that you didn't understand before, and you see the deeper meaning and of things. You see that maybe if you're worrying about a certain aspect, it's very negative and it's really bad, because it does kind of really lower our vibration. And the worrying about things is completely unnecessary, because it's like a really huge amount of negative energy that can in turn into God knows what. So by wearing this, you're staying optimistic, you stay on top of the things, you do the right things. But when you come across negativity, and there is going to be quite a few of these things throughout May and June, then you just wear this, and this immediately puts you back on track. It's absolutely gorgeous and very powerful crystal to wear throughout May, June, and even July 2022. Just when you need that pick up, and when you kind of like need to come out of yourself, it helps you to open up, to talk, to be happy, and also to make the most out of life. This gorgeous Indonesian crazy lace agate comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Erinis, you're also supporting my channel, so thank you very much. Okay, so now the first date that I wanted to talk to you about is going to be the 5th of May. Now, the 5th of May, it's all about you feeling suddenly very, very creative. And this creativity, you're going to feel full of energy, you're going to feel very creative. This is the return of something very important in your life. The 5th of May, it's also going to be marking the return of your own willpower. And your own willpower, it's going to really kind of highlight your own self-confidence, and this is exactly what you need to do, because at the same time your own self-confidence is going to make you feel so good about yourself, and you will know exactly some kind of realization you're going to have here, some kind of idea you're going to have here, and that idea is just you starting to think about it. That idea is pretty much so to do with like things that have been like kind of like on your mind for a while, but you just didn't know, like you just needed more information, you thought, but now suddenly you're going to have an idea, and it's so much going to be clear to you on your own personal spiritual path. Something is going to shift at that moment in time. This is to do with an amazing swift activity, but at the same time an important message that you're going to have in between the 5th and the 11th of May, and that message is going to be so connected to the 5th of May when it comes to the actual progress and movement, and something is going to be confirmed to you, and something is going to be answered to you. So it's only by the 11th of May. So on the 1st of May, this is going to start, and you're still going to think, oh my god, I'm not too sure. But then by the time you get to the 11th of May, there's going to be a massive, mind-blowing confirmation that you are going to have here. And it's going to help you so much, because you will be able to make a decision, and this is to do with your advancement, and it's to do with the message that surprised you, but at the same time it's to do with the life that it's to do with the part of your life that made you feel so unhappy, the part of your life that like kind of stopped the certain opportunities ahead, the part of your life that made you feel really negative, the part of your life that drained so much of your energy, the part of your life that affected way too much that it should actually be affecting it. So it's about you realizing that this life is too short to worry, and this life is too short to kind of slow ourselves down with things that don't have anything to do with us, with things that don't have anything to do with you. So this is, my gorgeous Erini, going to be a really big moment here. So you don't want to feel unhappy anymore, and you will want to move away from your unhappiness, and that is going to be completely evident what this is here, and you will see exactly what I mean. You're very clever, you're very intelligent, and you're very strong in many different ways. And this is going to be highlighted here, because now, you know, and it's weird how things are going to happen on the 5th of May, because it's also going to be like a very strong connection now, suddenly nostalgia. When nostalgia mama kicks in, it's like, oh my God, all the flowers die. No, I'm joking. When nostalgia mama kicks in, it's like, you know, it's also nostalgia, but it's not about the nostalgia. What exactly do you feel nostalgic about? Where is this nostalgia coming from? What are you doing about it? So now you need to connect with this, reconnect with this at the same time, because that same nostalgia that you are going to feel, it's going to be directly responsible for the reflection that you're going to understand, reflections on the past. It's about to bring you an important insight, and that in itself, my gorgeous Erinis, it's going to show you the future opportunities ahead in between the 5th and the 13th of May. But it's also, they're going to be quite prominent throughout the actual months. Indeed, it's all about this evolving to the future opportunities ahead, and to the coming events that you're going to become aware of, and also plans that are going to work really, really amazingly indeed. Okay, the second important date, my gorgeous Erini, the second important date, my gorgeous Erini, it's going to be on the 14th of May. But before I go there, it's another crystal. It's like, oh my God, these are so mind-blowing. Like, look at this one. The name says it all. Leopardite. Like, oh my Lord. And I think it's obvious why it has a name like this. Again, one of the most beautiful crystals, pendants. Look how unique this is. And it makes me feel so peaceful. It makes me feel so good just by having this in my hand, you know. It is a crystal of unity, love, and kindness, you know, and it's brilliant when it comes to control and when it comes to dominance, you know. It encourages simple living and teaching the benefits of living a non-materialistic life, but it also helps you out so much, you know, to kind of like really open yourself up spiritually and intuitively, and it helps you to really ignore things that are completely unnecessary in your life, to avoid things that are draining your energy without even these things like entering your life, you know, because when you wear this, it kind of brings you a very interesting balance. And the balance that I'm talking about is just really helps you to understand behind what everything is going on, behind like things that are right in front of you. As soon as you have this, it really opens you up and you become very spontaneous. You do the right things, you say the right things, you simply cannot go wrong, especially when you know that you need to do something important, but then maybe some people around you are really bizarre and strange and they always affect your way of thinking, and then you don't come out 100% how you want to come out, you know. So this is something that helps you to express yourself in the best possible way without thinking about it too much. But also naturally, when you wear this leopardite, you feel very drawn towards things that you wouldn't normally notice, that you should be paying attention to in your spiritual path, on your spiritual journey. So it really helps you to connect with important things in life. So I would recommend this leopardite, my gorgeous Erinis, for May, June and July, a must have indeed, okay, or when you need a little bit of pickup every now and then. This gorgeous leopardite comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, so thank you very much for that, my gorgeous Erinis. So now the 14th of May is the second important day. You know, now suddenly you're gonna feel like, oh God, a little bit of partial loss. You're gonna feel a little bit of regret here. It is gonna be a very unusual day to start with, but it's gonna really turn out to be completely different towards the end of the day indeed. And I like it, because when we feel like this deep, it just takes us in a very specific parts of our spirituality, our own personal dimension that we have to inspect at that moment in time. So it's very important to pay attention to what partial loss and regret do you feel, because that in itself is pretty much so gonna really point the certain person to you that you should be paying attention to, because they may not be what they claim that they are. But that in itself, it's also going to kind of become the part of the process, because on one hand, you are not going to be completely surprised, but then on another hand, it's really going to help you to understand the part of your life that you have been in self-denial about. So someone's mask is going to be fallen, but this for you, it's going to work in a really brilliant way, because you're going to get quite a lot out of it, the more that you can possibly imagine at that moment in time. And you will see, my gorgeous Erini, what I mean. On another hand, the 14th of May, it's all, I like this, because now this is the time when you're going to become aware of a very important opportunity. You're going to become aware of a very important opportunity. This will mean to you so much. This is to do with the next step. This is to do with your own promotion. This is to do with your own advancement, but it's at the same time to do with a very attractive part of your life that you want to throw yourself in. And this is brilliant, because at the same time, you will know that there is the certain request that you're going to need to work on, because you're going to find this rather challenging. But then on another hand, when it comes to that request that you're going to need to work on, that you find it quite challenging, this is all going to come as a part of the process. By the time you get to the end of May, there is a very strong situation going to take place where you will want to learn something. You're going to come across some kind of inspiration, and you will want to learn something. And I will mention this at the end of the reading here as well, that is going to have a very strong connection with the actual very end of May, when you will know that this specific part of the process you need to you need to throw yourself in. On another hand, going back to the 14th of May, it's just basically, and also you see, it's quite a lot to do with people. So the mask is going to be fallen, the reading that I started with, but this is now somebody really wonderful. This is someone different. This is someone important. So you maybe have fallen out with someone. Maybe you've fallen out with someone, but it is the very strong reconnection in between you and somebody else that I'm seeing now as well. So it's maybe you haven't seen the certain person for a while. Maybe you've fallen out, but there is some kind of understanding, very important understanding that you are going to have here. So this is absolutely brilliant, because in itself, it's going to bring you rejuvenating energy, but also at the same time it's going to bring you this harmony in, because it's to do with, maybe at the back of your mind, this was quite often something was left unresolved in between you and somebody else. So this is something that you really need to kind of work on. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Erin, is the 14th of May is just basically about you need to understand that it's actually in between the 14th of May and the 31st of May. In between the 14th of May and the 31st of May, you are going to have a mind-blowing power to understand so much, to learn so much, to pick up on so much, to see so much, to read in between the lines so much. And do not forget this whatsoever, because the time in between the 14th of May and the 31st of May, it's all about you absorbing, listening, paying attention to your feelings, to your emotions, what is keep on coming to you. There is something very specific that it's going to keep on coming to you, something that inspires you. And then the end of May, it's going to pretty much show you very strongly like what exactly progress and process do you need to become a part of in order to have the best possible outcome. So it's in between the 14th of May and the 31st of May that there is so much that you're going to be able to learn. And then on another hand, it's all about like make sure that there is a certain personal effort as well going to become evident here on the 14th of May. There is this personal effort going to become evident here, but it's going to come in form of you understanding that you have to stay committed to this particular task, okay? Very important indeed, because this is going to help you so much with the stress and overburdened feelings that you had over the last 10 months in particular. So you will know that very, very excessive pressures and problems are soon going to be resolved, okay? But it is going to show you the certain efforts that you're going to become aware of in order to meet the certain goal indeed. The last important date, my gorgeous Erini, is going to be on the 30th of May. Now, the 30th of May is just like, oh my God. So somebody who is very consistent in your life, a very consistent person in your life, a very trustworthy person in your life, it's going to come through, it's going to come forward, and they are gonna play a really big role when it comes to you feeling rather indecisive. Because what they're gonna do, they're gonna actually tell you something very important when it comes to the certain news, and that in itself, it's almost immediately going to help you to make a decision. But at the same time, the decision that I'm talking about, it's to do with a certain investment. You will know in which part of your life do you have to invest, but at the same time you have to kind of like also become aware of the fact that you need to be very responsible and you need to be very reliable. You need to be very patient, but you also need to be very persistent indeed. This is gonna be brilliant, and you must absolutely not let these things to put you off, because sometimes when we find ourselves in front of a very interesting journey, like very often we just kind of blocks ourselves from moving on, from moving forward, just with our way of thinking. So now it's all time for you to release these negative feelings and emotions that have been holding you down, holding you back so far. So this is very brilliant, but then at the same time it's gonna require certain reorganization in your life, because almost immediately you're going to become aware of the certain adjustments that you're going to need to make. This is absolutely superb time of your life when it comes to your improvement, development, promotion, but also the fact that you're going to become aware of the outcome of the past efforts is going to be like, oh my God, cherry on top, baby, cherina on topina, baby. This is for sure, my gorgeous Erinis, cherina on topina, you're gonna have here, because it's all about like a basic conclusion, and this is a double mama here, because it's gonna bring you healing, a very, very satisfactory result just by you thinking about it. But also it's to do with the compromise that you're gonna become aware of. But that compromise, normally it would be like, oh no, I don't think so. Now this compromise is going to inspire you, because now you will know exactly what you're removing yourself from. You're removing yourself from unsatisfied desires, you're removing yourself from a struggle, you're removing yourself from the conflict, you're removing yourself from obstacle, so this is in itself is just all gonna contribute towards the path that you're gonna find yourself at. Absolutely brilliant indeed. So now, my gorgeous Erinis, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen in the first part of May, mid part of May, and the last part of May. So the first part of May, just remember, it's pretty much so very important for you to understand. It's about revisiting old plans in order to take the next steps. In order to take the next steps, you will become aware of the fact that you're going to need to revisit some old plans. And now this is all going to boil down towards a very bold and rather ambitious choice indeed, and also is to do with you expanding your plans, but also understanding, to move forward. Just keep on remember to always continue to move forward, always bring something new into your life, always bring something new into your path. The mid part of May, you are gonna get a big massive answer here, like huge answer, and that answer is just going to be very personal to you. It's gonna make you feel really determined, but it's also going to really make your willpower. It's going to increase your willpower indeed. It's going to help you to recognize the part of your life that it's becoming very prominent and very important, okay? The last part of May is a big mama. This is what I said, you see, this is in the last 8 days. in the last 8 days. This is going to be confirmed to you, my gorgeous Aries. You know, it's about the learning. Remember what I said to you. It's about the learning all you can about a subject or a career, you see. And that in itself also, it's going to require from you to do things what you love, expressing yourself in the way you want to express yourself, but also paying attention to detail, because there is a lot you're going to understand and gain just through that way. So now, my gorgeous Aries, like for those of you that are in relationship, you are going to have such a wonderful idea. Those of you who are in relationship, you're going to have such a wonderful idea, and that idea is just like, oh my God, like after you have this idea, you're really going to, there is so much that is going to start changing, because there is so much that you're going to start understanding. But at the same time, you know, you are going to have a wonderful motivation that is going to come from your partner. You're going to have a mind-blowing motivation that is going to come from your partner. That motivation is going to be undeniable. That motivation is going to be very strong and very powerful, and it's going to really get into the places within you that haven't been touched for a long time. So you're both going to pretty much really bounce off each other really beautifully. So first of all, you are gonna have an idea. You are gonna have an idea that it is just like gonna be so important to you. But then again, your partner is going to inspire you so much. Like, oh my God. So your partner is gonna do something, and it's the motivation that you're gonna get from your partner. So basically, you really need to pay attention to what this idea is, and also you need to almost immediately pay attention to what this motivation is that you're going to get from your partner, because you will realize how much you love your partner, you will realize how much your partner loves you, but you will also realize how strongly connected you are. It's about a strong and sacred energy that you find very beneficial at the right moment in time. It's about the part of your life that you really wanted to happen for a while, but you know, you were just kind of keep on leaving it behind. So this is going to be big. For those of you who are single, it's like, oh my Lord, you're going to have such a strange and unusual moment of self-illumination, my gorgeous Erini. It's a bit of a hermit moment that you're going to have. And that hermit moment, you know, something is just going to come to you just out of the blue, and something is going to like really, something is going to come completely out of the blue. For example, like it's going to be completely like obvious, like what do you need to do when it comes to like you know, letting this wonderful person into your life. So first of all, you're gonna have a hermit moment, a very high moment of self-illumination. You will want to be by yourself for a day or two, and then something is going to come to the surface, like what you're in self-denial about. But this in itself is still to do with your own devotion when it comes to offering more services towards the very specific goal. Now I'm talking about the goal that I'm talking about here is the clear indication and realization that you will know exactly which aspect of your life do you need to change, do you want to change in order to let someone in. Maybe you weren't ready, maybe you weren't thinking about it, maybe there was like so much going on, but now through this hermit moment you will know exactly which aspect of your life do you need to change, do you need to put more energy towards in order to make this happen. You are gonna have a remarkable opportunity here, and to actually realize this, and that is going to start a process. And then suddenly, you know, by the end of May, there is someone very interesting that is actually going to start entering your life, and you will see how interesting this is actually going to be. And it's all going to start with you trusting that person on a completely different level indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Erinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Erinis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.